Hello you eight. So today we're going to continue with our metamorphic drawing. So you will remember metamorphosis is part of the surrealism theme that we've been looking at last term. Looking at the artist René Magritte, we can see two examples here of metamorphosis. This one's called The Explanation, and it really signifies what we've been looking at with the metamorphosis, in that he shows you the two objects here separately, and then here he's put the two objects together, metamorphosing from the bottle into the carrot. So going back to our hand drawing, so last lesson we completed this drawing in line. Today we're going to start adding our objects. Now you want you to choose 3 objects from around the home. They could be stationery, tools, cutlery works well for this. I've gone for a pair of scissors, a key and a pair of pliers. And we are now going to apply these to our drawing to give the impression that the hand is seamlessly changing into these objects. So think about where you're placing them and the space you're going to need. So because I'm going to need quite a lot of space for the scissors, I think I'm going to start with those on the little finger, and actually looking at them I think I'm going to have them open so that they're at an angle like that and take up some of this space on this page. Then I think I'll go for the pliers, as I've got quite a big space here. I'm just wondering, it might be, no, I think I'll have them that way. So think about the angle that you want them, how they're going to come out from the page, how they're going to come out from the fingers rather. And then as I come into this section for the key, I'm actually going to turn this one around the other way, so that that's going to fit in there nicely. So today's lesson, I would like you to draw your 3 objects so that they seamlessly change from the hand into the objects itself. So if I was to start with the scissors, it's observational drawing, so I'm going to have the object in front of me, but I know where I want it to come out from the finger. I'm not going to draw around this today like we did with the hand. I'm going to draw it from observation, but I'm just going to have it next to me so I can see what it is that I'm drawing the whole time. Now I want it to come out from the end of the finger, so I am just going to remove the end of the finger there, and then I'm going to start thinking about how I'm going to add in the handle. So I want it to come from the finger. I don't want it just to be added on, I want it to grow out of the finger. So looking at the shape of that handle, I'm going to have that coming out from there, and then I'm going to use the edge of the fingernail here to draw this inside line of the scissors. So I'm starting to get that feeling of it seamlessly changing from one to the other. And I'm going to do the same with this side here. So you're almost getting that positive negative space here with the scissors. And then this is going to come up. So I'm looking the whole time. I'm actually looking more at the object than I am at the paper when I'm drawing. Just try and get that accuracy. Remember, it's surrealism, hyperreal, so it needs to be as accurate as it possibly can be. If you want to draw around the object for this, I don't mind you doing that, but remember what I said about yesterday about drawing around objects. It's very easy to cut in and then not get an accurate shape, so think about when you're doing it how you're doing it. You see how I'm drawing 3 lines before I commit to a line? So I'm planning it out really carefully before I actually commit to the line that I'm putting in. Looking the whole time from one place to the other to check that that's working, to check that I've got those things in the right place. So if all the time when you're looking back to the object and you're thinking about your lines, I'm looking at, so here I'm looking at where that line crosses there, where that line crosses there. Make sure I match it up as accurately as I can. Move those out of the way slightly. And then I've got to bring down the other handle, so it's going to come down into this space here. So you've probably got a pair of scissors like this at home. These look like school scissors. Right. You could draw these the same as I have to start off with. Build your confidence a bit before you start doing your own objects. Okay, so that's my basic drawing in. I'm now going to start putting some three-dimensional elements onto there so I can see the side of the scissors there. So I'm going to draw that in, and I can see the inside edge there, and I can see the side of the scissors there, so I put that on. So draw what you can see. It's a bit difficult when you're looking straight down on something to make those decisions, but try and decide which side of an object you're going to see to make it feel a bit more three-dimensional. So that's my first object in. So my second one was going to be the pliers. Now this one's a bit harder because it's got a really skinny edge on it coming out from that finger. So I think what I'm going to do is actually grow it out of one side like that. So I'm going to have it coming out from this side like that. So it's going to grow from this side of the fingernail. Like that. And then the other side of that, let's come off at an angle. So it's difficult when you're trying to draw something that's pretty much symmetrical and at a slightly odd angle, like we're drawing it today, but just do your best. Keep looking, changing it, altering it if it's not right. Right, so this black handle section cuts across there like that. And then the metal comes up. And I'm just going to get the surface in first, and then I'll put in the 3D elements afterwards. So these are slightly odd pliers. They've got round ends on them. These are for when you are bending wire and you want to make circles. From my jewellery making days, before I was a teacher. Okay, so I can see the edge of that, so I'm just putting in that edge. I can see the edge of this part here, here. Let's put back in the end of that finger, so it just looks like it's grown out of that side. Like that. Okay, and then finally I'm going to put on the key. So this one I'm going to take out the end of the finger like that, and I'm actually going to make this become round at the end of that key. Put in the hole. And then work my way up. So this is round, so I've got ellipses on this, like when you draw a bottle, I can. And then quite a square edge on this, and I can see the edge of that key, just to give it some three-dimensional qualities. There we go. So that is my hand with three objects that the hand and the objects have metamorphosed together, creating this surreal illusion. Next lesson we will develop these two fingers.